Well, after days of chaos in Thembisa, let's take you back to the area and remind you that 4 people have died and infrastructure has been badly damaged and destroyed when a service delivery protest spiraled out of control. eNCA and Human Settlements, MEC, joining us on eNCA on this show a little earlier this morning. He and other senior officials and local councillors are expected to meet the residents. But let's head over to Pule Letshwiti-Jones, been following the story for us. Hello to you, Pule. Let's bring viewers up to speed. So it looks like eNCA and Human Settlements MEC going to arrive later, but Tanya Campbell, the Ekurhuleni mayor, so far, unless you can correct me, is a no-show.
Yeah, definitely. What we understand is that Lebogang Maile will be making his way here today, perhaps to speak to some of the residents and, of course, visiting some of the affected areas. What we can also confirm and tell you is that, electricity in this area has been impacted badly. So what that does is that it disturbs the supply chain as well by disrupting, businesses and, of course, affecting the township economy. Clinics as well, quite, operating under strenuous, challenges, and, of course, some of the schools around here, lessons have been suspended. And that's as a result of Eskom as well, yesterday having said that it will be withdrawing its services from parts of this township as well due to the ongoing violent protest. And yesterday what we witnessed was, of course, a continuous, angered residents protesting, and a new element to this now was a form of criminality where shops and, of course, other businesses such as the Thembisa Customer Care Center being looted as well, and, parts and goods being stolen. And one must say that while that's the case, though, police have, of course, committed to reinforce their presence in this area to ensure that there's peace and stability.
What I can also see behind you, Pule, just over your left shoulder, is the traffic having a bit of an issue trying to drive around what I can only imagine is damaged roads as well. So it's all good and well to talk about mayors coming through and MECs coming through to find a way forward, but the damage has already been done, hasn't it? So what are residents saying about the damage, not just to the buildings, but you can see there those cars having to go into what would be the oncoming traffic just to get around?
Yeah, definitely the damage has been caused. I mean, when we spoke to the MMC for Community Safety, he did say that it would cost millions to repair some of the damaged infrastructure. As you can see, one would also call this some of the mop-up operations that are continuing, where some residents have said that, it has to be business as usual. Yes, we've got a set of grievances, but let's hear out the mayor when she comes. Let's speak to the eNCA MEC when he comes as well. Let's hear what solutions they have. And they've begun cleaning the streets and ensure that they can work with the police. However, in other sections of the township, it's a different story. It seems as though they're divided. Others are saying this shutdown should continue. We spoke to them, and they said it on record yesterday to say the shutdown should continue, pending, the arrival of the mayor in this area. So this is the outcome of what's happening currently, but the damage that has been caused here, Gareth, I tell you, seems like a no man's land. It looks like a war zone in some parts of the area. It's just, debris and burnt tires everywhere on the roads. So you can just see that a lot has to come into play now. Much must be done, and a solution has to be paid forward from the mayor and some of the councillors to see how it can speak to the challenges and the issues of the people, which includes flat rates and, of course, lesser tariffs to electricity and water that they've been carrying for quite some time.
Pule Letshwiti-Jones for the moment, then. Thank you very much indeed. We'll come back to you again a little bit later. We're expecting the eNCA and Human Settlements MEC, Lebogang Maile. We heard it on the show earlier when Tumza interviewed him. Are going to be going through there a little bit later. We'll keep